On the suite level of Dow Diamond, this is Success Suite. I'm Sarah Stockford, and with me today is Sami Ung. Sami is the owner of Ayu Pilates. She also co-owned Basil Thai Bistro. She has a bachelor's degree in sports medicine and nutrition, and she also worked with national and Olympic athletes. So Sami, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm so happy that you're here. I know you have a busy schedule with, Pilates and all of that, so I'm glad you could make it over.
Thanks.
So I kind of just want to dive in a little bit here. So tell me a little bit about even how you got into the health and wellness world. You work with Olympic athletes, which is awesome. Like, how did you get into that space?
I just always had to be involved in sports growing up. So naturally, I think I just loved being in that environment, on the field, in the training room, in the locker room with everybody. So going into something like that with college was the route I was just meant to go. I didn't want to be a college athlete, but I wanted to still be involved in that environment. So doing sports medicine, I was an athletic trainer for sports teams in college, and then we moved to Chicago. I ended up working with a sports clinic where we were assigned to work with teams. That's where I met a lot of the high-level athletes. They would come in to rehab injuries or to strengthen something that was weakened. I actually stepped away from that for a long time. I started raising a family. We moved back here, and we ended up opening a restaurant with my family, me and my husband. And I've slowly been returning to that over the last decade or so, learning how to take care of myself again, and just wanting other women who are busy with jobs, kids, all of that, to be able to have a space where they can start to focus on themselves too.
Yeah. I love that. I know I even love just your space as a whole. I think also the aesthetic is so cute too.
Yeah, we need somewhere pretty to work out.
Yes,
I mean,
right?
You need somewhere that you're like, I just want to be in that space.
Right.
And
there's Instagrammable pictures that you can take there.
Yeah.
It's super cute. I love it there.
Thank
you. Because even so, I guess, take me through too some of the things that, like, I guess some of the athletes even that you worked with, like, what kind of sports did you even see? Or is there a lot of like certain sports or categories?
Our clinic focused on endurance athletes and performing arts. So we had dancers, we had gymnasts, we had Olympic level and national level gymnasts. Wow. So I mostly worked with them, gymnasts, dancers, and endurance athletes. So Ironman competitors, or even just people that practiced running on their own. They didn't even need to be, a high level athlete. It was just for athletes in general. But I had the opportunity to work with some, and that was such a cool opportunity for me.
That's great. I know. So I guess even going like from that, and I know you said you took a break for a while, what made you want to open a Pilates studio, or what kind of got you back into Pilates?
Pilates was a really quick love.
Okay.
I was actually really deep into yoga. And becoming a yoga instructor was something that was kind of always on my dream board. And I had this Pinterest board that had, different, if I had a yoga studio, what would it look like?
Yes.
And I just tried Pilates a couple times. And then I tried reformer Pilates with my sister-in-law. She took me to my first class, and it was instantaneous. I was like, this is it.
You're
this
like, I love
is
this.
strength. This is flexibility. And it's so fun. You can't get bored on a reformer.
Yeah.
So I just was not feeling bored with my life, right? I'm very grateful for my life. I have an amazing life, but I just wanted a little bit more. And I started talking to my husband about my dream of maybe opening this fitness studio, and he was 100% down. Immediately, he's like, let's do it.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
it just went from there, so.
Yeah, that's great, because I know you guys obviously had multiple businesses in the Midland community. What made you, I know you're from Freeland, so what made you want to open a business here in Midland, like doing your Pilates business here?
I actually grew up here,
Okay.
So I have a strong community here. I know a lot of people here, and then having owned businesses here, I'm just familiar with the environment here, the economy here, and it's honestly just a really good location between all of the Tri-Cities, and even smaller towns like where we live in Freeland has easy access to Midland. So we thought we'd start here, and we'd love to grow bigger someday.
I know, I was going to say, I feel like I know you guys have been open for what, like a year now? Almost
Not
a
even.
year?
We opened September 8th.
Wow, it feels like you guys have been open longer than that.
You're telling me.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like you've been here
moving
forever.
so fast, and I'm so grateful, and I'm just trying to catch up with everybody else.
Yeah. Well, I think you guys do a great job.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Thanks.
But, so I guess even tell me a little bit more about kind of being in the Midland community and how have other businesses. I know you work closely with Nord and you sometimes have classes there. How has the business community here in Midland helped you guys grow as well?
I think Midland, we have so many small businesses, and all of us together, we all know how it is. Small businesses are hard, and you really have to have a love and a passion for what your business and what your brand is. So I feel like we all support each other. For, say, our grand opening, our launch party, we had live oak, we had a small floral shop, Allura Floral, supporting us there and helping us. Like, we had lattes and floral bouquets and things like that. And then Nord, our relationship with Nord, they're just like my business bestie, right?
Yeah,
I feel like we benefit each other in so many ways, and they're so easy to work with. They're a huge supporter of small businesses. I don't know. I'm so grateful for them. So I'm not sure, what we would do without them.
That's great.
And I've had a lot of other actual local, not necessarily just in Midland, but, local areas, fitness studios, like owners reaching out and being really supportive, which I think is really great. I think that's important, to not feel like that competitiveness with everybody, more of like a collaboration. Yeah,
because it is interesting with the community. I feel like everybody does want to support everybody, especially if you're a small business. You're like pushing, other small businesses, which I think is rare to find, because I used to live in Nashville, and it was like, corporations and everything like that, and it was dog eat dog world. So it's nice to come back home and see kind of all those businesses grow and see them kind of supporting each other. Yeah. So that's great. But I guess even diving into kind of the business owning world, what is something that you've learned owning a business, and maybe some advice you would give to a small business owner, someone trying to open their own business?
I've learned a lot.
That's great.
A lot. I think as a business owner, we want to please everybody. We want everyone to love our product, love our service, and coming to that realization that we can't be for everybody. Like, you really have to find your purpose, your niche, and you have to stick with it and be authentic with it. And all of those people will come. That your business will attract, your ideal client. And there's enough for everybody. So you don't have to do the same thing that someone down the road is doing or someone in the next city over is doing. Stick to what you're doing, and your clients will come.
I love that. So you'll find your own niche kind of in your own brand, and it'll grow from there.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. So I guess even too, I know we were talking about earlier today how you're also a mom, and you finally got a day to relax and kind of clean and be alone for a second. How do you balance, you're being a mom or, having other things going on in your life with owning a business?
That's still a work in progress. I feel like, because every stage of life requires different things. My kids are older now, so they don't need me, at home to do everything for them. But they also still need me as their mom, and I still need to be around them. Right. I miss them.
Yes, of course.
Trying to draw those boundaries and delegate where I can, being better at delegating. I can't do everything.
Yep.
I don't need to do everything.
Yes.
And asking for help. That's a big one.
I love that. I know. I feel like even just like having a job, sometimes, you need to it's owning a business, and obviously, your job, you need to have that balance of self-care, because you're not going to show up, as yourself or, the best person that you can be if you're not,
And being able to turn it off when you get home.
Yes.
That's something I'm still working on, is just being fully present wherever I am.
Yeah.
So when I'm home, I need to be home.
Yes, I bet. I know, even I feel like probably, owning multiple businesses too, sometimes it's probably hard to, if you have different pockets.
Yeah, it is. I can't say that our kids sometimes aren't like looking at James and I, my husband and I, and saying like, get off your phone.
Yeah.
Like, we're not like scrolling now. Instagram where we're answering emails or something, and they're good at reminding us too, and just kind of clicking us back in if we're getting a little crazy with the phones. Yeah. Just to be like, hey.
I love that. It's like reverse parenting.
Yes.
Like, hey, get off your phone.
Unfortunately, I just admitted that on the radio, but yeah.
That's hilarious. Well, great. I guess the last thing too that I kind of want to ask you too, Sami, is just one piece of advice to leave us with, if in life as a whole, not even owning a business, I guess just as a woman too, what is something that you would share with us or a mindset that's kind of helped you kind of in life?
I think one theme that hits me probably almost every day that I try to remind myself is that what's meant to be will be. So if an opportunity comes and I think I really, really want it and I'm fighting every obstacle for it, at a certain point, I have to realize maybe this isn't it, and that something great will come after. So learning how to let go sometimes of my expected outcome has been a huge lesson that I'm still working with every day.
Yeah, I love that. So simple, but yeah, something to really focus on.
Yeah,
too.
I think in every aspect, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't.
Like,
It has to be business or
Yeah.
just in life as a whole. But cool. Well, I appreciate you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much for stopping by.